November was a pretty big reading month for me, as you guys can see. You got a lot of single issues I want to cover and also some collected editions as well. So let's talk about everything I had a chance to read in the month of November. Hopefully this gives you guys some recommendations. The single issues will blast through pretty quickly, but I did want to cover these collected editions as well. So let's start off with Die from Stephanie Phillips and Kieran Gillen as the writer. Really, really impressed with Die, man. It takes place in this fantasy world. These kids, it's kind of like a reverse Jumanji story. These kids are sucked into the world of Die, and then they're stuck there for 2 years as the real world kind of goes on while the kids are missing. 20 years later, after the kids have escaped this fantasy world, one of the kids is stuck. He didn't get to escape, and so he's been living in that world. Flash forward 20 years, the kids are now adults, and they get sucked back into the world. The world of Die is not done with them, so they have to kind of, re-escape this world that they thought they've left forever when they were kids. But now they got to escape it as adults, and it's just really cool fantasy world. They're not quite sure exactly how the world works and why the world is real and why they're kind of stuck there. And it's kind of like this, characters are like backstabbing each other. They all have their own interests, and maybe some of them don't actually want to leave this world, but they all need to want to leave together in order to escape. So that adds some internal conflict. The characters are really cool. Like this guy, he's a grief knight, and he has a powerful sword. Whenever he gets sad, the sword gets more powerful. Like his tears land on the blade and becomes more powerful. We have a girl who is kind of like a cyberpunk sort of girl, where she can hack in this world, and she has like access to tech where no one else does. Just really cool, like fantasy mixed with a little bit of sci-fi. I just really came to enjoy the world of Die, and I think it's really impressive what Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans were able to do. As we see these adults, are they able to escape this world once and for good? So Die is really, really impressive. Definitely check it out. Let's also talk about Royal City from writer-artist Jeff Lemire. This is probably the most emotionally impactful Jeff Lemire story. It's all about this kid who died a long time ago, passed away, and he's kind of left this hole in his family's life. Each member of the family is sort of haunted by a different version of the kid who died. And we see how this kid's death has affected the family. Like the brothers and the sisters, they feel responsible for the kid's death, right? And the parents, they wonder what went wrong, how could they have changed things? And yeah, it's just really kind of heavy, the death of their son, the death of their brother, and we see kind of how heavy it is. And just some really great artwork from Jeff Lemire. It's that classic Jeff Lemire style. And yeah, just really found this to be really heartfelt, really emotional, and you can tell it's really personal for Jeff Lemire too. So it definitely comes across the page. Definitely check out Royal City. Really, really glad I had a chance to read it last month. Let's start it with the single issues, dude. So we're not going to open these up, okay? There's a lot to get through, but we'll start and we'll just do like little comments for each, right? Absolute Batman number 14, excellent. One of the best issues of the series so far, the final showdown with Bane. Absolute Wonder Woman number 14, cool that we see her confrontation with Gaia. I thought that was really cool. We don't get we got a guest artist on this one. We don't get Hayden Sherman, but I thought it was still a pretty impressive issue. Escape number 4 continues to be one of the best Image comic books on stands. It's a war comic. We see this guy behind enemy lines, and he's dealing with the other side of war. Like not all the civilians are bad kind of thing, and he's kind of grappling with that. Escape is really good. Power Fantasy continues to be amazing. The confrontation with Etienne and the rest of the group didn't end the way I thought it would end, and it kind of leaves us in a place where I have no idea what's going to happen next, but really excited to be on that journey. DCKO number 2, really cool, dude. I'm liking DCKO just overall as an event. Invisible Man landed the plane. I thought that maybe the series would have ended differently after issue number 3, but I love that Invisible Man, another Universal Monsters title that's really amazing, and definitely would recommend it. Green Arrow, sad to see it go. Love all the family stuff. Montos continues to be impressive with his art. I'm really excited to see where Montos lands in his next project. Superman 32, another good DCKO tie-in, along with Justice League Unlimited number 13. Skinbreaker number 3, the art is really doing the heavy lifting for me here. The story itself is a little light. I'm not like super attached to any of the characters. I think I'll continue it for the cool artwork though, for sure. Geiger, man, loving the fact that I'm caught up with Geiger. Can be reading it month to month now. Such a fun series. Geiger's my dude. Barney, the two-headed dog. Love Barney, dude. So yeah, really cool seeing him make an appearance at the end of that issue. Arcadia, not the biggest fan of this DC Black Label series. Might drop it, honestly. Might drop it. Night Fight, it was a good DCKO tie-in. I'm excited for issue number 2. Thought issue number 1 was pretty solid. Got that Dan Mora artwork. That was pretty cool. Everything Dead and Dying continues to be one of the best Image comic books on stands. Really good and emotional zombie story there. G.I. Joe number 13 and 14, part of the Dreadnought War. I caught up with G.I. Joe. I reread the initial and I caught up to get ready for Dreadnought War, and I'm loving it. My favorite part of the Energon universe by far. Nice conclusion to this series with we're taking everyone down with us. Very surprising the way it ended, but I thought it was really fun. Matthew Rosenberg, Landini. Excited for more of this universe coming next year. Captain America number 5 is the best Marvel comic book on stands. This was a great ending to the first arc. And yeah, really impressed with Chip Zdarsky's take for Captain America. Ultimates 18, a strong issue in the series. Kind of just like a recap showing the status of everybody, kind of where they are. Before the Maker gets out, we know the Maker's coming out pretty soon. So yeah, pretty good issue there from Dennis Camp. Speaking of Dennis Camp, we got Assorted Crisis Events. An excellent issue. Might be the best issue of the series so far. Really good sci-fi anthology stuff there. Exquisite Corpses from James Tynion IV. Really good issue. It may be a little slow, I guess. It's hard to balance all these characters and all these different, disparate and loose threads. How are you going to tie it all together? Everybody's story kind of inches forward a little bit every issue. Maybe a little bit slow as far as a month-to-month reading experience, but if you guys check this out in a trade, I think it'll be really cool. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. A good issue here. Not the best issue in this volume so far, but I think it's really interesting, kind of the setup. The Samantha the Bear character, seeing how evil she kind of is, and we'll have to see where the rest of the series goes from Patrick Horvath. The conclusion to Batman Dark Patterns. I love the way this one ended. Not the best issue in the series so far, but I did like the way it ended. Definitely check this out in a trade. Hayden Sherman, Dan Waters killing it. Absolute Superman number 13, as we see the Battle of Smallville. I thought maybe the couple other previous issues were a little tad better, but still just killing it. Rafa Sandoval and Jason Aaron just killing it. Rook Exodus. Loving Rook. Reread and caught up with Rook to get ready for the hiatus at coming back. And yeah, Rook just continues to be an awesome sci-fi series from Jeff Johns. Batgirl. Really loving Batgirl. Tate Brombal just killing it. One of the best series out of DC Comics for sure. Birds of Prey. One more issue of this before we say adieu. Kelly Thompson killing it on her Birds of Prey series. Batman number 3, I think that Matt Fraction's really killing it on the Batman title. I'm loving the direction that it's going. The focus on Tim Drake Robin is really appreciated as well. And yeah, just love the kind of takes for all the Batman villains too. I think the next issue will get a new villain, so that should be fun. Fantastic Four number 5, just a fun little side issue featuring the girls. Black Cat makes a guest appearance. And, Sue Storm helps Black Cat out with something. Ultimate Wolverine number 11 continues to be a really fun and interesting part of the Ultimate Universe. I don't think it's the best by any means, but still really cool seeing this version of Wolverine and this version of the, X-Men sort of characters in that corner of the Ultimate Universe. Kryptonite Spectrum. Good issue here. Probably the only time in recent memory where I've enjoyed a fifth dimensional imp kind of story. Really wacky stuff from the creative team of Ice Cream Man doing a DC Black Label title. Transformers continues to be awesome with number 26. Of course, we got Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora coming on to the title. I think that's the second issue of theirs, and it was pretty good. Conclusion to News from the Fallout, Chris Kahn and Jeffrey Allen Love. I hope people give this one a chance, man. Really impressed with this one, especially the way it ended. I thought it ended in a really satisfying way. Nightwing continues to be awesome, dude. If we don't get Dexter Soy, I think that he's leaving the title apparently, but Dan Waters still has a really good take for Nightwing. He's got his fingers on the pulse. I think he's just killing it on this Nightwing title. So I'll wait to see what guest artists or the main artist coming after Dexter Soy, but I'm sure it'll be great. Nightwing's been awesome. Deadpool Batman number 1, or Batman Deadpool. This one was a lot better than the previous release from the Marvel side. I did a whole kind of review video about that, so I won't go over that now. Ultimate Flash, Absolute Flash, not Ultimate. Absolute Flash number 9. Thought this was the best issue in a while. We're kind of seeing where the series is leading up to as we see this Flash hanging out with the Rogues, hanging out with Gorilla Grodd, trying to save his dad from the evil Dr. Thawne. I'm really coming along, coming around to this Jeff Lemire written Absolute Flash series. And then last but not least, the conclusion to Ron V and Evan Cagle's New God series. One of the best single issues of the year, one of the best single issues of the month for sure. Love the way this one concluded. Hopefully they get a chance to do New Gods more in the future. But that's what we got, man. All the single issues that I read that I wanted to talk about. A lot of great stuff from Marvel Comics, Image Comics, some other indies and DC Comics, of course. And then, of course, we have the really good collected editions with Royal City and Die. Definitely give those a chance. If you get an opportunity, definitely check them out. That's what we got. Everything I had a chance to read in the month of November. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you read in the comments and read more comics.